Welcome back to the SmokeAndMirrorsPodcast, your destination for the latest in movie news and reviews. We're your hosts, Rob, Dave, and Triz. I just want to take a minute out right now to say like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. All right. So this week we go over the final episode of Gen V, the latest episode of Loki, the first episode for Invincible, and then we take a trip to the anime corner, and we'll finish off with our thoughts on Sly, the new Stallone documentary. Stallone. Now let's start the show. That was my review on What's His Face, by the way.
I say that.
On Letterboxd. Stallone.
The only valid review there.
True. That's all I needed. Sly's the man.
I was get into it.
All right. Is that Gen V, yeah? Season finale? They really left you hanging there at the end of this.
Yeah. It ended up being what Oz was fearing, was that it was just going to be a setup for The Boys season 4. It wasn't a fully enclosed show. It ended up relying on a lot of The Boys characters to come in and kind of, I don't know, add weight to the whole situation. What the fuck was going to happen? They were going to go into the next year and it was going to be like Harry Potter? No. No one was going to fucking ever sort of expect that.
Yeah.
For me, I think time management was their bad guy this season. I think all this could have been done in the last episode. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like previous episode.
Yeah, and they did that X2 shit where Pyro joins the fucking Brotherhood and all that bullshit. Yeah. Like it was I don't know. You kind of been here before. I don't think it was anything new. It wasn't groundbreaking. The concept of The Boys works so well because they're fucking soups up who are, like, historically, they're the good guys. Yeah. And in this case, they're shown as the bad guys. But in this, they're kind of forcing you to see superheroes as anything but in the world where they're usually bad guys who don't give a fuck about anyone else.
Yeah. The other thing that I love about The Boys is it shows the in between time. The hero's not being a hero all the time. He's still a regular person at the end of the day. He's doing regular person shit, and he's fucking up a lot. He's not really a fucking hero. Yeah, like that title sort of gets given to you. Like you don't even have to earn it.
Nah, and it's all corporation based. So it's the fucking spin that they put on it. And this is no different. And it ends with that spin.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, it was kind of shitty for me that the most exciting thing about this and the most genuine thing in this last episode was Homelander showing up. And that's because Homelander was just Homelander. And he fucking stole the screen for the, like, fucking 15 seconds he was there.
Did. And a lot of it wasn't even the dialogue. It's his like Homelander mannerisms, his Homelanderisms.
Homelander being Homelander. Ice from the JBP just posted today, like his status was just, I fucking hate Homelander.
But as if those kids could fuck with Homelander.
Nah, well,
there's no way.
No. Like he's twice as strong as Sam, twice as strong as Sam's brother. Like, what were they gonna do? There's what's her face is gonna have to use her own blood, and I'd love to see her try that. Like, use her blood to try and, because Homelander is literally just gonna jettison. He's gonna grab it and jettison, and she's just gonna bleed out.
Fuck, that'd be mad. It'd just be mad to see him like drain all the blood out of her body.
Like he'd just fly up into the atmosphere, and then drop it, and then she would have to. And while she's doing that, everyone else is dead.
Yeah,
100%. Just make her watch. All right.
Yeah,
this is what we're gonna do.
But I was thinking, how does this set up the next season of The Boys? Right. So then we got Newman, who's probably gonna be like, "Where the fuck is Marie?" after the sort of
inquest.
Yeah, and
Into
all the
the
bullshit, sort of looking into it. Where did they
Hmm.
go? Obviously, Butcher's gonna find them, and the boys are gonna find them in fucking Vought where they are. Because Butcher's in the end credits
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
where he finds the woods.
Which means
I
he's
mean,
on the grounds. Which means
Yeah.
that they've gotten rid of that school. Has to. They would
Yeah.
have moved that school to another place now.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he was the one that Mallory was calling when Shetty linked up with her.
Yeah, probably.
Mm.
I mean, they would have like put a spin on the school, like you've seen in the last bits of the episode with them going like, these are the actual guardians of Godolphin. These
Yeah.
guys are the terrorists.
Mm.
Yeah. I think like overall for like a first season of a show, this fell pretty short because all the good shit that they really established in the beginning half of this season just fell extremely short because they left it for discovery and just cliffhangers for a second season. Because majority of the show was just Marie discovering her powers and no real development within the actual fucking season.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to come back to.
Yeah. It's all just going to be part of the boys season 4 and then whatever happens in Gen V season 2. I kind of
100%.
wonder, where do they leave off for Gen V season 2? Like, what would their position be? Because they're obviously not going to be in that fucking school anymore.
The boys is obviously going to end with a teaser for Gen V.
Yeah.
Maybe the boys breaking them out of wherever they are.
Hopefully that's what it is. Because I don't want those fuckers in the boys season 4.
No, I don't want them.
I need it sans Gen V.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I reckon it'll be a massive fight in the Vought building, and then Homelander and Billy end up fucking that whole building up, and then it breaks open that fucking chamber they're in.
But then I think they did that already. They did the big fight.
Yeah.
Well,
y'all heard about the rumors, yeah, about what actually happens.
Yeah.
You stayed away?
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm open to spoilers. I don't give a fuck. It's the execution for me.
I'm about ready to read this comic, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, there's a comic series and everything.
Supposedly Butcher dies.
Yeah. That's right, because in fucking season 3 they say that fucking Compound V is toxic and is killing him.
Yep.
Okay. So then I stopped watching at season 4.
It's Henry Cavill and The Witcher all over again.
But that's the thing. It won't be like a new person. You can't like, okay, this person's being the Butcher type now. So if they try and make that Jack fucker try and be Butcher, I'm sorry.
He could never.
No.
And now we have... Then you see someone else come in. Hello, cunts!
It is I, Butcherino!
Butcher!
No, thank
I
you.
can never. Overall, this season, I was just kind of like middling with it. Like it was very sort of middling for me, and I didn't really get there. It wasn't the same level as the boys.
Yeah.
And I would be happy with something completely different. I thought they were going to do like a Harry Potter type thing where every year was a fucking mystery or something. I would have been open to that. I'd have been really open to that. Have the woods as the big boss, you know what I mean? And getting there, be a little bit slow on it.
Yeah, that Scooby-Doo sort of feel.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's ultra-violent.
Yeah.
With dicks exploding. I never want to see that dick explosion again. They showed it too many times in the recap. And now... And then next week, and now... Like, it's enough, my friends.
They're going to show you plenty more in the next one. This one even had her dropping onto the balls. Just holding onto the shaft. Like, I don't need to see those dick paws and the hairs coming out ever again. Shaft hair is scary.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, big dog. This just fell flat for me. Wasn't the biggest fan. I don't know if I'll even come back for season 2. I probably will because of season 4, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I will. It's something to watch, and it is entertaining. Like for me, it's more that there's great scenes in here, great standout scenes, but the way that they weave that story together was just a bit. I don't know. It's a bit meh. This is like they got the B team. You know what I mean? Like they got the B team.
Yeah.
To do
Really
it
is.
instead of getting the A team from the boys to say, hey, buckle down, let's get this done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those characters are like, they're washed, man. I just don't like any of them.
No.
Like, I don't mind the insecurities and that then sort of manifesting as powers, but I need a bit more. Like, there needs to be just more than just the insecurities. Show me some stoicism. I need to see that shit. Like, there needs to be someone heroic enough to stand up.
Yeah, someone that actually wants to be a hero. They come off like they don't want to be heroes.
Yeah. And I guess that's the journey, but showcase the fucking journey then.
Yeah.
Like, don't just give me the insecurities. I mean, the only person who was stoic enough to embrace their destiny was Kate. And she was the fucking villain. You know what I mean? Or Sam. And he was the fucking, like, he ended up being the villain.
Yeah, true. Also, I just want to say, like, fucking Andre really pissed me off in this last episode when he's there with his dad. The dad's like, we need to get the suit resized, and he's trying to, like, explain, like, you can't use your powers. Either of us can't use our fucking powers because, you know, we got that shit in our heads now. He just gets cut off by his father. Just say it. Just say it.
Another interesting concept that they didn't explore.
No.
He just came right out. I know I can't use my powers, but let me catch that helicopter. You know what I mean? There was nothing else to it but
let
to
me use
do
my
it.
powers. Let me just use them.
Gangster rap made me do it. Yeah. Also, it was kind of funny seeing him hold that helicopter. It just looked funny to me.
It looked awkward, eh? Ooh, it was like Thriller. You know, I just watched the whole 2 minutes and 31 seconds of Thriller without the music. So you just hear what's his face singing, but you hear all the footsteps and the dance steps.
And the ad-libs.
Yeah. Hilarious.
That's always so funny, isn't it? Hearing MJ do the moans and shit while doing the moonwalk is hilarious.
They had one of those for fucking Chris Brown and Yo.
That was the best. It's funny because you just hear the shoes squeaking.
Oh, fuck. That's what's awkward when anyone shows you that they can do the moonwalk. Yeah. You're not hearing it with music.
Yeah, there's no music. Yeah, I can do it. And then they're just looking like, don't look at me when you're doing the moonwalk. It's always so serious as well. Easy, mate.
It's like you go into the fucking shadow realm. You're in a sunken place, you're looking at the...
Don't you reckon it's crazy that we got a generation of people now, whenever they think of the moonwalk, they think of MJ and Billy Connolly? I'm fucking doing it.
I went to this one formal this one time, and this O decided him and this other guy would do like their MJ routine, right? The other guy was like, there was one guy and he was like actually doing like a few MJ moves. Yeah, he had a bit of a repertoire. The other O would do the moonwalk, and then he would do a spin into like a shimmy.
Oh no!
And then with each shimmy, he would unbutton a button on his shirt, and O's back the fuck out of that circle so quick. It was those awkward shit. Yeah, like time for me to moonwalk out of here. It's done, man.
Funny when they try to do like the MJ set, and all they do is the moonwalk.
Oh fuck!
Oh fucking hell!
But yeah, Jed V, it was okay. We'll see what they're hitting on next week. Maybe they take on the feedback, make it a little better.
Yeah,
next year, I should say, if it comes out next year.
Next 2 years, maybe.
Is it too much shit shooting? Like,
yeah.
Those
especially with the strikes and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, the rumor is the strike ends. It should
This
be
week?
ending now. The deal that they got was fucking good.
That was their
What?
best and
Fucking
final.
They do that shit again. Everyone 90%.
And for that, the price went up.
all they're doing. Yeah, let's jump into that anime corner there. Just beat each other into the anime corner. Pause.
Hey, yo.
I paused it.
To a pulp.
Alrighty, so Jujutsu Kaisen. So this was another banger episode with a mad fight. So the last episode ended off with Toji coming through the portal that Megumi made in the that demon's domain. With Toji coming through, you think he's going to turn on all the sorcerers, but you find out that Toji has always been attracted, or at least wanted to fight the most powerful person in the room, which was this demon. So at that point in time, he snatches the that 3-pole off Maki. You know that thing with the 3 poles in the chain?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he puts on a straight clinic and destroys this demon.
What do they call
And
it? Separated stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he fucking destroys this guy. Like, he is chasing this guy at high speed. Some of the best animation I've seen as well. Like, Jujutsu is, like, consistently nailing these action scenes, man.
It's all hand-drawn, yeah?
Yeah,
Still?
all hand-drawn, yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
So, I'm sure there is some form of CG assist with the way they rotate the camera around characters mid-fights.
Yep.
But everything else in between is hand-drawn. Now, obviously the quality does go down when they do high motion shots, but the shit you see is gorgeous regardless. Like, you see full movement pause, and it's amazing. So, Toji ends up piecing this demon up, and then the domain just disappears. And from there, they realize that Toji is the next threat that they have to fight. Now, the 4 that went in, they're about to, like, square up. And then Megumi looks, and he's just outside in Shibuya on the highway, and Toji's there with him. And, like, Toji just grabbed him and like jettisoned him out there. So now they're just out there. That's the craziest thing about this, is that this whole episode was that massive fight in that domain, and it was great. But we got 9 more episodes of this now. Yeah, 9 more episodes still. But it's just ramping up with each episode. It's like fight after fight after fight. It's insane.
Maybe it's a good thing that you're not binge watching this, because I don't know if his heart could take it with this much ramp. You know what I mean?
I have to go shower after every time you go watch it. You too sweat.
Wipe me down. Let's get those KFC wipes. Play some El Green.
But I've got to say,
with it.
yeah, fucking. Imagine being blind and just wiping yourself down.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know if anyone else was there. Someone could be like, playing the devil's clarinet to you, wiping yourself down.
Sadly. Getting nobody's leg up and everything, going in for like that really good scrub.
Yeah, it's actually it is a real good scrub when you like wash your ass from the front. I don't know why that motion is so awkward.
Call that the bowler, because when you come down,
yeah, badly. Because I was already in that position from like having to get that low, and like your cheeks is already squealing. You know what I mean?
Squealing is crazy. So the other part of this episode was that, remember how I was saying that, like, so Sukuna, the demon within Yuji, like, just gave up and basically let Yuji die? He's still alive with squealing.
I am. Oh, fuck. All right. Just get the gigs out.
Gosh. So, they've worked out that So with Sukuna, right, he was near the most powerful sorcerer prior to like being ingested by Yuji, is the best way to put it. Pause. Because when he died, they separated all of his body parts, and his last like remaining pieces are just his 20 fingers, because this man had 4 arms. I really had to do the maths there for a second. So Yuji, I completely forgot how many it is now, but he's ingested at least 3 fingers by this point. Pause. I feel like I feel like it's very, very pause heavy.
Did I say 3 fingers? Better make it 4.
But Gito had worked out that if he ingests 10 fingers at one time, Sukuna, I know, that Sukuna would come out at least temporarily before Yuji could adapt to the digestion of the ingested finger. You see what I mean?
10 fingers in the mouth is wild. That's a fucking advanced maneuver.
Oh shit. Oh shit. So the whole game plan was to kill off Yuji. And they make him swallow these fingers, pause, and then nothing happens at all. And they're wondering like, what the fuck is going on? And at this point in time, you find out that they gave him 14 or 16 fingers, inclusive of the 3 that was already.
Oh, fuck, I'm dying.
Nearly done. But yeah, nothing ends up happening. And that's what they think. And then...
Sorry, they're dogs.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I was gonna have abs after this shit. And so, until, like, this massive slash comes across and fucking nearly breaks this wall in half. And you see, like, Sukuna stand up, and he's officially alive again. And these 2 girls were there, and they fed him prior. And they were like, please, we want you to kill Gito. And he ends up just like, yeah, stand up. And just decapitates this one chick. And he's like, you think because you gave me some of my power back that you could control me? It was a very Ben Mendelsohn moment, which was cool.
Yeah.
And he ends up like demolishing the second chick as well, just chops her in half. And then the third guy that was there, the demon that gave him the 10 after, pause, was very, like, he was just like, we don't want anything from you. We just want you to, like, be alive, basically. And that's where this whole fucking episode ended. Jesus. And so now we have Sukuna, who might have either permanent or temporary control over Yuji at this time. So we're just waiting to see what happens in this next episode as well. So it was fucking awesome, this episode. Berserk Gluttony is, like, ramping up as well. For a show that's, like, semi-lighthearted, the themes that they're, like, dealing with is really cool as well. So in this episode, Fate, it actually starts off with Fate being confronted by this holy knight who he used to work for. And Fate ends up destroying all of these guys. And with the Holy Knight, he ends up cutting this dude's arms and fucking legs off as well. And the guy's still begging for his life at this point, saying, I won't tell anyone who you are. No one will know at all. And Fate just kills this guy, stabs him directly through the heart, through the chest plate. And you see, like, the evolution of Fate, and he, because of his skill, he's now learnt the skills of a Holy Knight as well, which was cool. So he could go be a Holy Knight if he wanted to. He's also upgraded his sword now because he's charged all of his skills into that sword. So now not only does he have a bow and arrow, he has, I believe it's a gun now as well. I completely forgot what the second upgrade was. But this thing just keeps on morphing. It's cool.
That's mad.
Yeah, so this whole episode deals with the fact that Yuji is turning from like this lighthearted kid and he's starting to really enjoy the violence. So he's completely taken this left field and he's turned into like this violent killer who like needs to kill basically, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So like it's just insane the themes that they're dealing with, and they still keep it like really lighthearted outside of like Fate doing his thing as well, which was crazy. But this episode was really cool. It just deals with the aftermath of one of the Holy Knights dying and them now ramping up their investigation more to try and find Fate in the town, because they still don't know who it is because he keeps killing off like any key person. And they've learnt about that Fate could be from another tribe, which is called Galea. And so that lady that he met when he was walking back, who had the same attributes as him, she was Galean too. So they might actually take a trip out to that kingdom to go find out what the go is. And I suspect that when he gets there, he's going to learn more and more about who he is, which is cool. And I reckon the sword that he has, because his sword's name is Greed as well, that'll probably be a big part of like his arc as well, which is cool.
Yeah, that's mad. It sounds like they're actually adding character complexity in there with the sort of, I don't want to kill, but then I like the killing.
Yeah. Because it's very much like I was weak, now I'm strong, now I can do these things, and I like that tussle with like trying to be a good man, but also like wanting revenge.
Yeah, that's almost a villain path.
Yeah,
you see that in Chronicle as well.
Yeah,
with Dave DeHaan's character. Yeah, or even Never Back Down 2. You know what I mean?
Fucking that
DTV
movie.
Fuck
yeah, fuck yeah. I love that movie.
I would have hired him to do Fantastic Four after that. Off the bat. Like, I would have been like, all right, this guy's got something. We just leave him alone. He'll produce something.
Yeah.
Do you mean as like Victor Von Doom or?
No, he they fucked him on that movie. What we saw is not what we
the director.
saw. Yeah, Josh Trank. Yeah. That's why everyone's like, released the Trank cut of the film.
Yeah.
Because it was none other than Dickface Kinberg that came in to reshoot the shit out of that.
You've seen how many great movies that guy bloody made. Fuck.
Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, that's my bad. My mind went straight to Dane DeHaan. I was like, you could play a smarmy like fucking businessman as well.
I mean, they did get him in Amazing Spider-Man 2. So.
Yeah. He wasn't too bad. We didn't.
He could do the villainous shit. He does both sides. He does the duality really, really well.
Yeah. I mean, the Place Beyond the Pines, he's both as well.
Yeah. He's almost like that kid that DiCaprio is in Departed.
Yeah.
Like shifts like different. Yeah.
William Costigan Jr.
Yeah. All right. Loki, episode 5. This one titled Science Fiction deals with the aftermath of the TVA and the loom exploding, now knocking Loki and all the other members of the TVA basically out of time, back to their original timeline. It's then up to Loki to then go through and re-recruit these motherfuckers into the cause, but this time making it their choice. Shit was actually all right. Wasn't too bad an episode. The first and this one, best episodes of the season. Yeah.
Something did happen in this.
Fucking oath.
I think this is how they got recruited, fellas.
This is, again, the cyclical nature of the Ouroboros.
That's right.
Yeah. It's the same room that Ouroboros is in as well. And they're all together.
Yeah. Which is cool to kind of see where they came from, because their character traits are in what they do, and what they did was basically it was true to what they bring to sort of the TVA.
You can see why Mobius never wants to go back. Because if he goes back, he knows that he won't be able to stay.
Yeah.
Like or at least go back to the TVA. He knows. Like, as if I'm going to leave my sons. Like, it's not going to happen.
And my jet skis.
And my jet skis.
Single dad. I did really, really like the episode. And I also liked I can control my time splitting, shifting now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, it's funny how it can't be done if it's trained. It has to be reactionary.
Yeah.
They've done that a couple of times in like superhero movies where it has to be out of reaction that they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do with this next episode. There's big rumors flying around now for Marvel.
Why? What they saying?
Well, they're saying they're going to get the original cast back. What else? They might have written something completely different now for the last episode because of what Majors is going through right now. The rumors are that they're introducing Doom and stuff like that instead of his Kang as the overarching. Yeah, it's just it doesn't look too good for Marvel.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I mean, we're obviously going to get these street level characters next with Echo. We're going to get Daredevil. Like they're focusing on that. We are going to get something more cosmic with the Marvels coming out next week.
Yep.
Yeah. So it does end, like you said, it does end exactly as the Marvels drop.
Yeah.
The Marvels drops on the Thursday with Loki dropping on the Friday.
Even with that, the stinger is a bit funny.
On the Marvels?
Yeah. You hear about this? Yeah, the script. No. Like people have been reviewing. People have seen it already.
Oh yeah. What's the stinger?
At the end of
wait. Triz, do you want to know?
Yeah. Okay.
Supposedly at the end of the Marvels, what's her face? Rambeau flies up through this tear to like close this tear between worlds. And she closes the tear and then gets stuck there. And then the stinger is she sits down at the table. Supposedly, this is all alleged, with her mum, the original Rambeau, and Beast. And it's actually Kelsey Grammer. Now, that's the rumor going around. I don't know if that shit's real. Knowing Marvel, they changed that shit.
Yeah. To be honest, I would rather it be Hulk. That's there.
Yeah. What the fuck are we doing with the old bastard in there?
Yeah. Grammar is a bit long
up now, man. This is it now.
Yeah, before Deadpool kills him.
Yeah.
Let's get him in there.
There's also rumors that Deadpool is going to feature in the stinger. That is supposedly the next movie up after.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that also makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I would be even happier if it was Jackman in the full Wolverine regalia.
Yellow and brown.
I'll take any at this point. Just give me a fucking costume with a fucking cowl. You know what I mean? They've been dodging that fucking bullet for too long. And then they edge you at the end of the alternate ending of the Wolverine?
Do you know how funny that cowl is going to look?
As long as it doesn't look like fucking cosplay. I don't want the soft leather and all that shit.
It'll all be CG, but still.
Yeah.
It'll all be CG, but still. Like, it's going to look funny.
They need to do the short horns. Like, can't do the long fucking horns.
Like it is in the Wolverine at the end.
Yeah.
That deleted scene. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't want it as mechanical as that. It can't look as sort of welded and nailed and all that sort of shit. Fucking bolted in.
I don't know what they're going to do. Wolverine is the ultimate catalyst for like Black Panther and all them, right? Because one is vibranium, which they have, and then adamantium is that other most rare metal on the planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, both asteroids.
Both asteroids, yeah. What are those people? What are those people doing?
But it feels like adamantium was government controlled while vibranium was controlled by the Wakandans.
It's hidden by the Wakandans.
Yeah. Which makes sense. Because if the government's just like pumping it into everyone that can fucking take the metal.
Yeah. But it's only because the story is it's only because they found that amount of adamantium that they can put it on his skeleton.
Yeah.
So there could be more out there. That's what Cap's shield is supposed to be made out of. It's not vibranium.
Yeah. And also, I mean, Deathstroke as well. She's got it in her.
Yeah.
Pause. Put it in her.
What's his face? What's his face was part of Weapon X as well. Sabretooth. So Sabretooth has some as well. Somewhere.
Does he?
He'd have to.
If I was Sabretooth, I would have got the fucking canines capped with adamantium.
Fucking oath. But then I look like Triple H and Blade. I don't want that.
You got it from me. I'm the OG Turner.
Turner, man.
Yeah. Overall, I liked the episode as well. I thought it was good.
So did I.
Yeah. All right, fellas, regale me with that first episode of Invincible there.
And it has been a long fucking time coming.
How long? It's like 4 years, yeah?
Nah, it's like two years.
It feels like it.
It does feel like 4, and they did give you that Adam Eve episode before, which was actually a fire episode. But this one, we're going right back into the fucking the chronicle of the villainous Viltrumite versus Mark, the half caste. Fucking hell, it was good, man. So in this episode, they basically they intro you to the new challenge of the season. And again, I don't know if everyone got the same fucking memo, but we're in multiverse territory, and everyone's got a fucking multiverse. So we get introduced to a universe where Mark and Omni-Man actually pieced shit up and took over the fucking planet for Viltrumite. For Viltrum. And things don't look too fucking good. And Oz is like, where the fuck is this all coming from? But then it flashes back to like our universe and sort of why it's linked. With Angstrom, I forget his name, but he's played by Sterling K. Brown. And it took me a while to kind of get him because I was like, who is that voice?
Yeah.
Because it's so distinct and I've heard it before, but I just can't put my finger on it. I was like, is that Yaya? Who is that?
I thought the same thing.
But yeah, it ended up being Sterling K. Brown. He plays this guy who's actually assembled all of his forms from the multiverse. So all like, you know, him from the multiverse, he's brought them all together. And what he wants to do is harvest their memories so that he can get one complete picture in order to sort of save all the different universes. Where he's so he breaks out the Maulers because his power is portals in time and space. So he breaks out the Maulers, who are these twins. They're basically clones of each other, but they act like brothers. And he brings them into the space to create this machine for him to do that, to harvest all these memories so that he can do what he needs to do. So on Mark's front, in the aftermath of fighting his dad and basically losing and his dad like taking off into space, he's sort of struggling to deal with normal life. He doesn't want to go back to school because he finds that he's got a calling to still be the superhero. But the government's like, I don't want to fuck with you because you got that PTSD and I know that you're going to go on some wild shit. And also, if you're going to go out there, we want to have a way to control you. Because we can't have what happened, we can't have another fucking Omni-Man running around just like wrecking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So essentially, they get to a point where they're like, "Fuck, we actually do need you," and they send him out on this small mission. The first mission that he actually gets is to like go stop this guy's machine. He sees them all as he's got to like destroy this machine and shut things down. And as he does, the whole fucking like place explodes because this guy with the portals gets all the other maulers from all the other multiverses that he's got to like basically put together the exact same machine, but they failed. And he brings them all together, and Mark sort of fights them all, and the machine explodes and they all kind of die. And that then creates this villain. So Sterling K. Brown's character, Angstrom, basically, like all the memories and stuff that was flooding into his brain, like grows more brain tissue, and he's just got like brain hair down the back of his head. It looks fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
What's his face? Like Brainiac.
Yeah, sort of like the leader from the Hulk with the big brain, but it's like hair, so it's like hanging down.
Oh god,
it's fucking gross.
It's like brain locks. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, and and then on Mark's personal side, he's trying to reconnect with his mother. He's like, because she's also lost her husband as well in the worst possible way. O ends up being the biggest villain the world has ever seen. And then so she's drinking and she's sort of like pushing herself, and she's also trying to get back to normal. And then you find out that Mark's also going to college. Yeah, he got accepted into the college with his girlfriend, Amber, I think it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, things seem to be going the right way at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
You get some fucking destruction when you get a glimpse into that fucking other multiverse with that taken over, where Omni-Man just like hand slashing those fucking arms and their heads and like slicing them in half. Fucking crazy.
Jesus.
You see a man get decapitated, and then fucking Mark grabs his head and just crushes it with his own hands. It is wild.
Yeah, it is crazy.
He's not playing, huh?
No, they really brought it up. Like, what I was saying to Rob, like, Lawrence was saying that, like, this comic is meant to be just next level shit. Like if you thought the first season was wild, this is meant to be like Serbian film level, just fucked up shit happens. But
I did feel that. I did feel like they stepped it up this season.
Yeah, for sure. Levy is the guy's surname. Angstrom Levy.
Angstrom, not Angstrom. Angstrom is like too much of a villain name.
And it threw me off too, because every time I heard the Mauler twins, I was like, I know that voice. It's Kevin Michael Richardson. It's Goro, the bastard.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That bastard.
Yeah. Because I remember hearing that voice, I was like, I know this voice, fan. Don't play with me on this voice. Man. Huge cast. I didn't even know John Hamm was in the last season.
Oh, shit, yeah. Jackie Earle Haley is the handler as well.
Yeah. There's some huge names for this show.
Yeah. Jason Mantzoukas is in this. It's just like the voice cast is unbelievable.
Yeah, 100%.
You got that, big dog?
No, I was just gonna say Stephen Yeun really brings like a really like human level of emotion to Mark in this episode as well, with like, you know, replaying all those events of what happened in the last season and him bringing that energy. And also, I just wanted to say quickly, the way that he like saves some of these people in this first episode was really like innovative too. There's a massive building that's on fire on the water, and he ends up flying fast enough that he can create a wave to just crash over the building to douse all the fire. It was really cool.
Yeah, that was fucking mad.
Yeah.
Oh man, the pacing in this episode was crazy.
Yeah.
And I know that every O that watched this episode went and listened to fucking Radiohead's Karma Police. That's why I sent it through.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I was really happy with what we got so far. It's almost like it's like The Boys in that sort of vein,
Mm.
and I'm
I was
glad
just
that
thinking that.
we kind of got that pairing with Gen V. Because it was good to sort of, because I started with Gen V and I was like, all right, and then went to Invincible. I was like,
Yeah, it was perfect timing too, because this really has a lot of the funk that Gen V missed as well.
As all funk,
All the rhythm.
clicking on the threes and shit.
That's wild. What's this? Well, they said that I'm pretty sure Amazon will probably release that live action version of this.
Right.
I hope so.
This is gonna be like The Boys.
Yeah. I'd want it to be like a big budget feature. Just a nice 2.5 hour movie. Just as an intro to the world. But to see Omni-Man versus Mark would be nuts. Just that live action would be insane.
Well, we haven't, like, the Zod and Superman fight wasn't like that.
Nah.
The Superman and what's his name? Doomsday fight in the comics is supposed to be like that.
Yeah. It's a fucking sprawling beatdown. And it's
100%.
one-sided. It is not Mark actually putting up a fight. Omni-Man is taking him to the fucking cleaners.
Yeah.
The whole time.
It sprouted some of the best memes of the year back in 2021 as well. Me wrestling my dog to get the thing in his mouth. Oh, damn high fuck. But yeah, a very, very welcome return to form with the second season. Very worth it.
How long was the episode?
48 minutes?
48 minutes, something like that. But it was like a very quick 48 minutes.
Yeah. I love the how many times they said Invincible in those last 6 minutes.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I will get, and then it just cuts to the fucking the title. So good.
Because you expect it, right at the start when he said it, but nah, they let you know right at the end that this is the fucking return. Right here. This is where the story's just gonna take off.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
All right. It's a Sly. What'd you think that fella?
Mate, I really, really liked Sly. Great insights into the man. I think it was more the emotional journey of him, which I really, really liked. They didn't go too much into specifics on certain things. A couple of things that did sort of weigh me down a little bit into loving, absolutely fucking loving this movie. Was basically the runtime. It was way too brief.
96 minutes, man.
This man has a career that is spanning 50 years.
40 years, 50 years.
Yeah. So to have a 96-minute documentary sort of detailing that it wasn't even, I think, touching the surface of the shit that he's been through. And I know that we can go back and watch the making ofs on certain things and kind of get those insights. Yeah, it's not the same. And also, I wanted to hear it in hindsight. What does he think about it now? Was it all worth it? Because the shit that he put himself through was trauma.
Yeah.
It was all trauma that's displayed on screen. He's pushing himself that hard because of the shit that he's been through. And they detail that brilliantly. That relationship with his father, which sits at the crux of the fucking movie, which was fucking heartbreaking. I just didn't expect that at all. That, to me, it was disgusting on a level that I understood why Sly pushed himself as hard as he did.
Yeah.
But it's almost that trauma, which is the gift and the curse, that built up. He's got bulletproof fucking skin. He even says it himself. I have this thing that makes me impervious to people's judgment. And it's that thing that also makes him win.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's why he'll
The man
always
himself, like the way that this shines a light on him and his fucking mental fortitude and ability to just keep fucking pushing was amazing.
Yeah.
But too brief.
I wish we got the Arnie style documentary. So the Arnie one's mad because like that first episode, and it's like an hour and 5 minutes, is just on the bodybuilding.
Yeah, I went back and watched it.
Yeah, and then the next episode is just on Arnie taking over Hollywood. And then the next episode, the last episode, is him and the politics in that. It's beautiful. Yeah. I would have loved to have seen a whole episode just on Sly's relationship with his family. More stuff from what's his face? From Frank. You don't ever hear from Frank. Like Frank's in the movies all over. Like you see him in all of those Rocky movies as Frank. Frank's in there. What's his face? And just to hear more stories about his mom and all that sort of stuff and what happened there, and like it was just weird. Like she just packed up and left. Like she was out, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Frank, and you take and you take what's his face?
That's fucking
Sly.
wild.
Like that. That is wild.
That's the two mothers arguing about the kid and saying that that's my baby. Yeah. And then they cut him. They say, well, we'll just cut the baby in half. Yeah. That's exactly what these guys did.
Yeah.
It's amazing that Frank and Sly still have a relationship.
Yeah. Well, they were saying that he would go back to Philly for the summer and stuff like that. So they would spend time then in that 3 months. They would spend time together and then just be separate. And one seemed like he was growing up with like like getting his gift nurtured and all that sort of stuff. Because Frank was like an actual singer and everything. Knows how to put music together. He's great. Yeah. But Stallone was just getting browbeat by his fucking father just for 6 months of the fucking year, man.
That was wild.
For no reason. Zero encouragement.
Yep.
He always wanted to be better than his son.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking disgusting.
That is crazy. When when a father tries to live through his son and then realizes that he can't, he never had that shot that his son's like getting and then like tries to compete with him.
I mean, the competition is wild there. Like for me, I never understand the competition between father and son.
No.
Wild.
That is a real thing though. That competition, but it's usually the son that is competing with the father.
Yeah.
That's usually the way that it goes, but that's also because the son's looking to basically say, hey, I'm here, I'm growing up, I can be my own person, as opposed to you don't tell me what to do anymore.
Yeah.
But this was in reverse.
Yeah. Sly had grown and he hadn't. Sly grew as a person and he didn't. He stayed that same mean old fucker.
Yeah. I 100% guarantee there is some resentment from the father that Sly's got his youth, that Sly's actually working on his dreams, that he's actually making that shit happen. And like, I'm pretty sure he thinks that it's all gifted to him.
Yeah.
That he's not looking at the effort that this guy actually put in. And I'm glad Frank's actually there going, he fucking did the work.
Yeah.
You don't get to come in and ride his coattails and like put up your script for fucking Frankie or whatever it was.
It was Sonny.
Yeah. And that's why you live in obscurity.
But yeah, man, I could have gone like that first hour should have been just about him and his family. The second hour should have been Sly, the movie star. Like I wanted to see more of that. Like and him talk more about not just Rocky and Rambo and Expendables, but like all the other stuff. Like Sly is an unbelievable. He's an actual filmmaker.
He really is. Does it all.
He does it all. He's the only person who can claim that. I'm top to bottom. That's me. I'm on that screen. I wrote that script and I directed that film. That's me getting punched in the face and then directing myself.
Yeah.
Like,
and learning through the whole thing.
And you see it. You can see the evolution of Sly. If you watch Expendables and you go back and you watch Rocky 2, the style is completely different now.
Yeah.
Like he got it. He understands it. He knows how to tell a story and he knows how to put what he's thinking on screen. He's amazing.
Yep.
And that's why I wish Sly would sort of take a step back from acting and just direct movies now.
Yeah.
Like
I wish he did.
He's at that fucking that Walter Hill sort of age where he could like just pump out the maddest movies.
Yeah. And like the great thing about Sly is that he puts in so much heart into the films.
Yeah.
What I loved was like just his unabashed sort of views on how we depict heroes, which is very interesting. Why am I seeing my heroes die? Why was the original ending for Rambo or for First Blood, that he would die?
Yeah.
It's like the message to all these men that fought for us came back, and then what? Like that's your ending. I was glad that he was like, "Fuck you, I'm out.
I'm not doing this. You breach the contract. I don't care." Beautiful. Just Sly though, man. Stallone. It's the best.
I would have loved to have gotten more into the rights for Rocky. Needed a lot more of that. I love that they detailed the failures from Fist to Oscar to Stopping My Mom Will Shoot, the bullshit behind that, the rivalry between Arnie and Sly. But yeah, I mean, it was just way too brief, and I know that he has the reality show on Paramount, and that was probably something that also played a key factor into how much time he could give this doco. But I really wish they dug deep, because there's a lot of trauma that guy is still working through, and I could see that through the movie, and I felt really, really sad for him. But if you flipped it to the Arnie one, right? Arnie at this point, in hindsight, is basically just like 100% honest with you. I'm not fucking around anymore. I'm living for me. I'm going to say it how I see it. And fuck them. Which is like his own words.
Yeah.
Fuck them. But I wish we kind of, maybe in the next 10 years, we'll get the definitive Sly story where it's broken down. I would like 50 years, right?
Yeah.
I would like to see like a good 4-5 episode little thing that sort of details it, instead of us having to go back and look at all the making ofs to kind of get the story behind the scenes.
My God, they briefly touch on the whole Sage Stallone thing, and he never ever spoke about it.
Yeah.
And you can see it. You can see it in that man, that it still eats at him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you go, dog.
That whole scene at the end of Creed 2 is him. That's Stallone. Stallone more than likely wrote that scene.
Yeah.
It's the best
ending that he never had.
Yeah.
I think that's why he prefaces that bit with, the things that I can't do in my life, I have to do it theatrically. I have to do it on film. And like that whole part, like I understood that. I would never be able to speak about it. Not publicly ever. You know what I mean? That's trauma that you never ever want to sort of open up. But like I'm pretty sure there's things that he's done to focus on to get past it.
Yeah.
Not that he could ever get past it, but to sort of work with it in his life. The time that it happened, he was at the premiere or an appearance for something else. That's what went down with that. And he said,
bullet in the head?
I don't know if it was Bullet in the Head or Expendables 2 or 3 or something like that. But it happened, and he was at a convention, and he went on working. He went on promoting the films. It's like,
just buried it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But I mean, like, How could you showcase that in any light?
That's Arnie did that. Remember when his father died? What can I do? My father's dead. I have to go to this competition and I have to win, and that's all that matters. Like, I'll deal with it later. Like, fucking wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like both of these O's both had issues with their fathers.
Yeah.
And it was the catalyst for this massive growth and this massive explosion into pursuing their dreams. And I'm pretty sure both of them, because I know that Arnie says it in his doco, Stallone not so much because they didn't really get into it, but both of them said, I didn't like where I came from.
Yeah.
So wherever I'm going, I will go through whatever the fuck I need to go through to get there.
So I never have to go back there.
Yeah. Because going back is just not an option for me now.
No.
Burn the boats.
Yeah. That's right. We sharks. You got to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Fucking apex predators. Both of those O's, man. Like
they legit conquered. They conquered the fucking 80s, man.
80s and most of the 90s.
Even though the mid 90s was like their slow decline. What I loved was Stallone talking on that scene in Copland. He's like, Bobby's there, but he's not giving me enough Bobby. I find. So I push him a little bit in the scene. So like it gets into the point where it's like, did you hear me, you deaf fuck?
Fuck. What did he say? Because it's so good.
I can't do anything. You messed it up.
You get nothing.
Oh fuck.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah. I would have loved to have gotten a little interview from De Niro on how he felt on the receiving end. Pause. Because it activated something. He historically he doesn't like ad-lib.
No, it doesn't.
So if you're going off book, yeah,
that's not on page. Fuck.
I would have loved to have heard from some of the directors. Like James Mangold should have been there.
Yeah, Mangold should have been. I don't know what he was doing.
Should have been talking on that scene. When this happened, this was like a fucking godsend. As if you wouldn't be happy that the scene ends like that. Made me want to fucking go watch Copland, just that scene.
Mate, Copland is amazing.
Still haven't watched it.
So good. Everyone's in there. Everyone's in there, man.
Yeah, that is a big group picture. That's like Robert Patrick, Keitel, De Niro, Liotta.
I think Farina's in there as well.
Stallone, obviously.
And it is when they talk about the more subdued Stallone.
Yeah,
that's what we get, and it's amazing.
But it's also funny how we go. Why do our action heroes? Why don't they have a bit more range? Why don't they do something else? Then they do something else. No one goes out to support it. Guess what? I'm going back to the fucking well because that's how I get paid.
Craziness.
Yeah. Yeah, man, go check that fucking documentary out. If you're a fan of Rocky, Rambo, all those films, go check it out. Just get the inner workings of this guy. It's not going to be an extensive look. And if you do want something like that, you're going to have to follow Sly on Instagram. He's always going into it. Check out all the making ofs and stuff from previous DVD collections and documentaries and stuff. But this was a good, brief 96 minutes.
I wish Sly would just do a fucking podcast already, man.
Oh, mate. Him and Frank should do one.
Oh, man, just sit down and do a fucking podcast.
And I didn't know about through. That would be fucking amazing. If it was a limited episode podcast, I don't know, 20 episodes, detail 50 years. You and Frank, personal experience, film business, all that shit.
Yeah, the
Beautiful.
music business. It'd be cool to see that um, the parallels between the music business and the film business, especially with those two.
Yeah. One of his singles made it into Staying Alive.
Andy sings First Blood.
And he sings First Blood, and that's him. Take it back. Do 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 do. That's them. That's him on the corner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Fucking mad.
Mm.
I like it. All right. Does have anything else there? All right, that is a wrap on all the news and fucking hell, all the reviews that we have for you today. We're back on Thursday.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's
Maybe.
just say yes.
Yeah.
If there's anything else out, we'll see. But yeah, follow us on all social media: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Threads. Give us a like and a subscribe on YouTube. It just helps us get into more spaces, get that content, and bring it back to you, the people. Yeah. Love yourself. Love movies.
Vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.
Still out.